This is the Horse Radio Network. This is episode 69 of Horse Tip Daily, a different horse tip, a different equine topic, a different equestrian expert every day. Horse Tip Daily brings the world of equine knowledge to you one day at a time. Enjoy today's tip. This is Glenn the Geek back with you from Lexington, Kentucky on a beautiful day, beautiful Friday actually, here in Lexington. It's fall has coming in. The leaves are just starting to change here. We change a little later than where I used to live in the Northeast, but it's getting to be a beautiful time of year here. It's just cool and enjoying it here in Lexington, Kentucky. I did want to mention to you that on the Dressage Radio Show right now on dressageradio.com, we have the latest episode with an interview with Isabel Worth. Isabel speaks about her life there in Europe and also about the new child she's going to have very shortly, and also about the suspension. She was recently suspended for a year by the German Federation for a doping case, and she speaks pretty candidly about that as well. So if you'd like to hear Isabel, one of the leading dressage riders in the world ever, stop on over to dressageradio.com. Well, today we have Rick Gore. Rick is from Rick Gore Horsemanship. Rick is a trainer, a clinician, and an all-around horseman. Rick Gore Horsemanship is about the horse, teaching you about yourself. Rick answers questions about horse problems and issues on several websites and writes articles for a few others. Let's get to Rick. Well, hi, Rick, and welcome back to Horse Tip Daily. We appreciate you being back on again.
Glad to be here, Glenn. Appreciate the call.
Well, you know what? We had fun the last time and got off on all kinds of tangents, and this time I think we can assure everybody that we have a simple, easy little tip for them. And this is something, the last time we talked about horsemanship from the old days, from years and years and years, half a century ago. Long time ago. And this is one of those tips I learned when I first got into horses 25 years ago. And we used it all the time. But I bet you that 80% of the horse people have never used WD40 for anything but mechanical stuff.
Well, it works great on the horses, too.
So what do? Do you loosen up their joints? You squirt it in the... What do you use WD-40 around horses for?
WD-40 is great for hair and tangles and little grass burrs or your stickers. You walk your horse through a creek sometime and you pass by a patch of sticker bushes and all of a sudden he's got 20 or 30 or 100 stickers in his tail, and sometimes they get caught in his mane if you go through a bush that he kind of squeezes through. So you want to get all those off. You don't want him swishing his tail around, sticking himself or cutting you when he does it. And WD-40 works great to just spray it on the hair. You let it soak in. You spray down all the grass burrs and stickers, star sisal, whatever's in there. You kind of spray it down, let it set for a minute, and, man, those stickers just slide out just like a nice new hinge that was squirted with WD-40.
Wow, there you go. Well, we did used to do that. Our first farm, it was about 150 acres, and it was really secluded. And we had the horses out, and no matter how many times we bush hogged or whatever, they always seemed to come up with burrs. And I think they just find them. I don't know. I just think they come out of the air and attach to the horse's mane. And it was always such a pain getting them out until we discovered the WD-40 trick.
Yeah, and it saves also because if you try to brush them out or kind of just pull them out with your fingers dry, you're going to end up taking out a piece of hair with each one. You get 50 or 100 of those, you're going to thin out your horse's tail or mane pretty quick. And
not to mention your fingers.
Well, yeah, if you wear gloves, I usually wear gloves, but you would, I'm a wimp, I guess. So, it's just, and WD-40 is a whole lot cheaper than some of that, magical stuff they sell that supposedly fixes all kind of problems that they sell for $20 a gallon or whatever. You can pick up a can of WD-40 fairly cheap. You usually got it in your garage and spray it down. It works real good.
All right, there you go. Well, there's our simple, easy tip for today. And you and I have now set a record for not talking for 20 minutes. which we have a tendency to do because we both like to talk about horses. Where can people learn more about you? And you have one of the things I like about you, and reason I started using your tips, even back to Equestrian Life, where you've done some video tips as well, we should mention, at equestrianlife.com, is you tend to talk about very practical things that people sometimes overlook. And I like your website, and I will put a plug in for it here. It's thinklikeahorse.org, because you do tend to go into some of the more practical things and not just what I would call higher level, which is good because when you're first getting a horse, you're not ready for higher level, and nobody's telling you the practical stuff.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's too true, because when you're, when you first get into horses and you're trying to learn and understand and be safe with horses, it's very difficult to really know how much there is to know just about being around a horse. So I try to concentrate more on horsemanship, basic safety, understanding a horse, learning how to communicate, having a relationship with your horse to where it's not just an owner-slave relationship, or I send my horse to a trainer, he comes back, I ride him, I put him in the stall, and I feed him. I want to get more down into the deep part of understanding a horse and how remarkable these animals are, and how much is missed when you don't really look deeper into what they can really give back when you own a horse or around horses.
Great. And you also have something on there that I absolutely love, by the way, is you have a whole list, a list of cowboy quotes. And there are some of these in here that I was just reading and chuckling to. This is one I really like. If wishes were horses, some folks would need a lot of hay. There's just some great ones in here that you could put these at the end of your emails. Everybody puts a little quote at the end of their emails. Well, there's some of them in here that you could definitely put. So that's what I like about your site. It's got some fun stuff on it and some serious stuff, and you can check that out at thinklikeahorse.org. All right, Rick, we'll talk to you again soon.
Hey, Glenn, thanks a lot. You have a good day.
Well, thanks, Rick, for joining us again. We appreciate you being here, and you can see Rick's bio with all of the links to his website and things on our website at horsetipdaily.com. Well, it's Friday, and we're going to wrap it up here. We're going to let you go for the weekend. Have a great weekend, everybody. Have some safe riding. If you're competing, good luck. We hope the best for you and your horse. And don't forget, you can check out all the great shows on the Horse Radio Network at horseradionetwork.com. All of this week's shows should be posted by now, so check them out. Well, I'll be back again Monday with another new expert and a different horse tip. Until then, stay safe, everyone.